Go.
Where did you go?
So I have traveled to Spain. That's the Spanish-speaking country I've been to before. Actually, Canary Islands speak Spanish as well, but and I've been there too. But I'll base all my answers off of Spain.
Okay. How did you get there?
So we flew. Usually I was always flying either from Tulsa or from Springfield, and then I lived and worked a lot of places in Europe, so sometimes taking other flights, but always flew. And then one time I was working in northern Spain, and we were in Bilbao, and then I took a bus to Santander. So,
Why did you choose to go there?
So the job that I had, actually, I was taking a lot of short-term missions teams. So a lot of like student trips, lots of students. So high school students, college-age students, they do a lot of cultural exchange, but then also do ministry there. And so that's why we chose to go. And so worked in several different places. And then one time I was there though to just go on a retreat, and so we were there and got to go to like a theme park and that kind of stuff too. So, and it was on the beach. So a little bit of fun in there too, but mostly it was for work. Yeah.
How long did you stay?
I don't think I was there ever any longer than about 2 weeks at a time. So
What was the scenery like?
there's lots of pretty places in Spain, and so the northern part in like the Basque region, I think is the way that that's kind of phrased. It's very pretty, and like I think you'll ask about the weather probably, but the weather is just gorgeous, and it's the water is there, and it's just very mild climate. Just I don't know, it's just really pretty. And then the big cities though, like Barcelona and Madrid, they're pretty, but to me they just have like that big city feel that I don't know. I think you kind of get that in lots of different places. And then southern Spain too. There's like again like much more kind of beach and that kind of thing, which is not really my favorite part. So I kind of liked northern Spain much better than I liked the southern areas. So.
And what was the climate like? Was it like really hot or?
Yes, it can be really hot. So in a lot of places, you know, you hear about like Spanish siestas, and that's true. Like lots of places would close down for the afternoon, especially because in the heat of the day, you would go to sleep in the afternoon, and then people would be back out like in parks and that kind of stuff in the early evening. So like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, people would be outside, and then people aren't eating dinner until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And you're like, well, I'd like to go to bed now, you know, but no, that's what time everybody starts to eat. So culturally, it is very different in that sense. But yeah, the climate was lovely, and just being there, and it was nice. So,
What were the people like?
The people that we always were around and interacted with were always just very kind and very nice. We were also around a lot of church people, and we were also around a lot of immigrant people as well. And so there's a lot of immigration that takes place. But the Spaniards that we were around, just lovely people. I feel like people are a little bit more laid back than what Americans are, whereas we're kind of like, we need to hurry, and we need to be here, and we need to do this. It's a little bit more like, we'll get there when we get there, was sort of the way that I experienced that. But and definitely people were outside a lot more. I feel like here, you know, you only see your neighbor when you're pulling into the house, or, you know, walking in or out, and just everybody's outside. So being outside in parks, taking an evening stroll, like the huge plazas, like in Madrid, the street kind of culture and performing arts on the streets, like that's a really big thing in Madrid. And so people are just outside a lot more, I think, is the way that I would describe that.
Did you take part in any cultural practices while you were there?
I suppose even just the cultural thing of being a part of kind of street performing and that sort of thing. So one of the in Madrid specifically, one of the ministries that we worked with, they did a lot of that sort of thing. So they would also do a lot of performing on streets and do different things, and so we kind of participated in that sense. But I don't know that I did anything else that was like I didn't do any like, you know, Pamplona running of the bulls or anything like that. Like I haven't seen any of those kinds of things, those types of events. So saw lots of like touristy kind of things, but didn't actually participate in any major cultural events while I was there.
Did you speak any Spanish while you were there?
My Spanish is terrible, so yeah, it's a lot of like no habla. So, yeah, I can like find the bathroom and order some water. That's about it. So yeah, my Spanish is poor.
Were you there for any holidays?
That's a good question. I was usually only there in the summertime. I'm trying to think if I hit any random summer holidays. I don't think so. I managed to be in one time in Hungary during a holiday and got to see a lot of fireworks, but I don't remember being in Spain over a holiday. So,
Did you visit any landmarks?
yeah. So there's a huge museum in Bilbao. Like it's one of the like. Oh, I want to say it's like a Guggenheim kind of museum, but I could be wrong now. Anyhow, it's a huge, big, like, famous kind of deal. Barcelona, like, there's a huge cathedral that's, like, it's still not finished, and it's been being built for, like, hundreds of years, in a sense. And the name of it, I mean, you could do a quick Google search and it would come up, and it's, like, real gothic kind of look or whatever. So yeah, so got to see that. We saw some like old like aqueducts and like even some Roman ruins and that kind of thing that we were able to see in Spain. So yeah, so lots of those kinds of touristy sorts of things. Yeah, I'm trying to think. We went into the beach in Bilbao, and so yeah, so that kind of stuff.
What did you find different?
Definitely the let's stay up really late, let's all be outside, because people would just engage you in conversation, no problem, like to be just out in the park, and people, like I said, were pretty friendly in that sense. But yeah, just the fact that everybody is just outside, that like everything closes down in the middle of the afternoon. That's weird. How late things start in the morning, and then yeah, how late everything is in the evening. Just the difference in how they structure their day, I found to be really different.
Did you try any foods, and if yes, what kind?
Yeah. So we ate. We did try like the. Oh, what is that dish? What we were just talking about it a second ago. What did we say it was called? Paella. There we go. I always want to pronounce the L's and you don't. Paella. And I'm not a fan. I remember being at a restaurant. We'd gone there for a conference or something. Yeah, and people had ordered like octopus, and I was like, I'm gonna pass on that. So that wasn't my deal. But lots of like smoked meats, like a lot of ham and other kind of pork things was something that we ate a lot of while we were there. I had one team that was super picky, and so they didn't actually want to eat any of the places. We ended up eating at a Chinese restaurant and eating fried rice most every day. So that was not specifically Spanish food. We also ate at this, because of all the immigration that's taken place, there's a huge Moroccan community, and we ate some amazing food there. But then there is like in Madrid, we went to like one of the most famous like churros place as well. So we got churros and the like chocolate. It's like a hot chocolate, but it's almost like a hot chocolate pudding. Like to try and drink it is like too thick for hot chocolate, but it's not just like a dip. It's not like fudge or something that you dip the churro in. So anyhow, it's kind of a cross between you drink it, you dip it, anyhow.
Yeah.
That was lovely as well. And lots of different like coffees. Also in Spain too, you can get the Tres Leches coffee, which is like so good. So, cause it's got coffee and milk and then sweetened condensed milk in it. And I can't even remember now what city that we were in. And yeah, it was like we just kept ordering those. So just like, and I'll have another one of those. I mean, they were just, yeah, those were really good. So
Yeah. Did you go to any events?
I think, I can't remember if I went to any. It's been a while since I've been there. I'm trying to think if there was any major thing that I attended. I can't think of any like major sort of event besides going to like the museums or cathedrals and that kind of stuff to tour.
And what did you like and dislike the most?
I think I just always enjoy being in a new place. learning something about a new culture. I do enjoy trying new food, even when I'm like, okay, well now I know I don't like that. And being able to drink coffee, I love kind of doing the shopping and those kinds of things. And then it is nice weather to just be able to sit outside in those huge big plazas. And people do like that cafe culture that you see, like, I don't know, in TV shows, even like, you know, you kind of associate that more with like Paris or something French, but that same kind of feel is there in those big cities in Spain, and I really kind of love that sort of thing. And then just like, again, probably eating my dinner so late. 10:30 is just that's not cool. So that was probably my least favorite part. So is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.